It's the next morning. Today is December 23, 2022. And all things considered, for the end of December, it is a beautiful morning. The temperature is 49 degrees with high humidity. The sky is clearing and the sun is starting to shine. The sky is really starting to clear out. Look at this. And for the day that the alleged storm is supposed to come, this is a nice surprise. It's almost completely clear over here. We definitely had some wind last night. Whoa. We had one of the plants fell over on the deck, and then the stupid gate opened again. Well, now it's shut, but it was open when I got up this morning. And you can see it ripped up the grass there as it was blowing open and shut in the wind. So I'm gonna have to, I think I'm going to nail that shut tonight, just temporarily, so that it doesn't break again. Because if it breaks, I'm not fixing it this time until the spring, because it's way too cold to be outside in 1 degree or whatever it's supposed to be. So there is some evidence of having wind last night. So I'm going to take a look at the front yard. The flag fell off, so I gotta go grab that, fix that. And then there's just branches everywhere. No, branches, little twigs, not a size that creates any concern, but just little twigs here and there. So I'll have to clean all that up. But really nothing major. No branches, no big branches that would indicate trees are not healthy. No leaves, fortunately, which is interesting because there are still a lot of leaves present. Those trees, those oaks there have almost all their leaves still. No, not all of them, but quite a bit. So, all right, so that's interesting. A nice, very nice morning, which is perfect. So I'll turn the stove off and clean that out tonight, or this morning. It's still running, I just have it on low. So I'll go ahead and shut that off. And we'll clean that out, bring up some more pellets. There's breeze right now, but it's not anything crazy. I think I'm gonna bring in that plant there, because that one in the middle at least, because that one's losing all its leaves. Should have brought them all in, but I don't really want to bring them in now that it's wet. What I'll do probably is at least I'll put them up against the house. And maybe I'll clean up those pumpkins if I have time. I guess I can spend some time outside today. It's going to be, at least for now anyways, it's pretty warm. So, alright, well I'm going to get to work here, and then I'll pick up on the video. I'm not sure how much I'm going to film because this is time sensitive, so it kind of just needs to get done, and not really any interesting. I mean, moving chairs around the deck and carrying pellets is not that interesting. I will film the cleaning of the stove though. We must have got a lot more wind than I thought, because I just look out the window here and I realized that it took the grill cover off the grill. That's a lot of force to do that. So, pretty strong winds, I guess, which makes me feel a little better, because if the power didn't go out last night with that kind of wind, maybe it won't go out.
The National Weather Service in Upton, New York has issued a special marine warning for Sandy Hook, New Jersey to Fire Island Inlet, New York, out 20 nautical miles. Fire Island Inlet to Morges Inlet, New York, out 20 nautical miles. Morges Inlet to Montauk.
Severe thunderstorm warning. That came earlier today. It's starting to look kind of eerie. I don't know, we'll see. I'll keep taping. This is kind of unusual. It looks like the clouds are moving in multiple different directions. It has stopped raining since I got back home. I saw one tree out, down, fell and fall, whatever, and that was it. Not too much damage. I tied the fence up, so hopefully that won't go whipping around the yard anymore. I cleaned the stove. I'll show that on a separate video. I did film it. So we got that. It's working good. And I cleaned up a little bit on the deck. Took in some of the furniture. I moved the plants all closer to the house. There's no point in putting the cover on the grill right now because it's wet, so you'll just be locking moisture onto it. So I'll wait until that dries out and then I'll put the cover back on next week or whatever. Brought some pellets up. Should be enough for at least a day or two. Probably two. We'll go through about 2 bags a day running it at full power. So I guess we got about 4 days worth of pellets here, which should get us through the real frigid next couple days. Those I'm not too worried about because I need new leaves. I'm gonna get new leaves for them in the spring anyways. So that's it. That's everything I wanted to do outside. I cleaned up the pumpkin mess so that won't freeze onto the deck, and we're as ready as we can be. So now we just wait and see what happens. This is kind of eerie. Clouds are moving in quick. Only one patch of clear sky left. Got a lot of wind. Man, the stupid gate is open again. It didn't hold. It's gonna end up breaking. I'm gonna have to screw it shut. Sick of that daggone thing. I don't have any of the Christmas lights on because I have both the garage heat and the downstairs heat running, and I just think that's more important right now. I showed the backyard yesterday and noted that it was completely dark. It's still hard to see because it's far away, but if you notice, there's lights. There's street lights and there's house lights everywhere back there. That's how it always is. And there was none of this last night, so I really do think that the power might have gone out in this area last night. At least it's on now. So far it's on over here, it's still too. But there's definitely some strong gusts starting to come through. I just went out and patched the fence shut. I just put that 2x4 there to keep the fence in place, and the gate in place. It did crack at the bottom, so that's unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? Hopefully it doesn't get any worse. It's about 10 o'clock at night. It's very cold. It's been windy in gusts, not consistently. All the lights are on past the wood, so the power's still on over there. I'm really convinced that it had gone out yesterday over there. Power is still on here at the time of this taping. I have the stove going at full power. These little fans are moving around pretty good. Big flame. It's gonna go through a lot of pellets like this, probably a little more than a bag over the course of 24 hours, but if that's what's needed to service the area, then that's what's needed to service the area. Tree is on. Looks nice as always. I have 4 vaporizers going. I got out an additional one, and that is not excessive in the slightest because the humidity is still quite a bit below what I would like. It's only 34%. Outdoor temperature of 12, indoor temperature of 73. It is very cold, but we're doing okay inside. In the kitchen, we have a temperature of 72 and a humidity of 40. In the media room, we have a temperature of 74 and a humidity of 35. Boiler just came on. It's been running, but not excessively. The bathroom is 73, 37. Surprisingly even right now. The computer room is a little bit cooler. 70 over 40. And this is showing how much of the heat is actually coming from that stove, because the areas all over there are much warmer. And the bedroom, I think, is the coldest at 69. So that stove, I think, is servicing a lot more than I realized, which is good because that's saving the usage of the oil. Downstairs we have a temperature of 62. The lowest I've seen it get down here is 57. I had that on for a little while before just to see how it worked, and it worked, but it definitely wasn't getting as warm as it has when I've used it in warmer days. Let's go take a look at the garage. Try to open the door as little and as quickly as possible. It's bitter out here. Very windy. Although it feels bad, but it doesn't feel like all that much worse than it was a couple days ago, and it was like 30s and 20s. My door is frozen. Let's see how it is in here. I have the heat on in here, and it's holding at 58. It's not rising, but it's holding at 58. So, and that's really as warm as it needs to be in here. This was a great investment. I think this is one of the best purchases I've made in a long time. Because if this room wasn't heated, this would be really annoying on multiple levels. So this works good. Probably will end up being a long-term solution even. There's really no reason to figure out something else. So I think that's really all there is to report today. It's gone down to 11 degrees now. Very, very cold. But as long as the power stays on, it's not really a problem.